Okay, so excuse the noise in the background a little bit. I got my dryer going. What we've got here is a failure to cooperate. I have this Jackson reverse headstock, and the issue was Floyd Rose setup. So when I got it, I took a look here, and yeah, the strings are so bad, they're rusted so bad that as I tried to tune it a little bit, it just basically fell apart. So let's get new strings anyways. That's one of the things we got to do here. The frets are nice, they're not even pitted or nothing, but they're very rusty. I'd show you if this camera would pick it up, but I don't have the money for a brand new camera, so I'm still stuck using my laptop. So yeah, the Floyd Rose was there was an attempted setup on it. It was close. It's just leaning back a little bit. So I thought, let me tune it up. It was all out of tune, so let me tune it up, see where it sits, go from there. And as I tuned it up, I got to the A string and it just went. So a couple other issues with it. I haven't checked anything like the neck or nothing yet. I just wanted to see if it worked. The switch feels good. The tone pot is a little scratchy, but it rolls nice. The volume pot does something weird. It goes up to a certain point, it gets real stiff, and you keep turning it, and then it pops back into place. So I'm going to take a look at that, see what's going on there. It feels like there's something in the pot, and it's restricting it at a certain point, and then it grinds through. It almost feels like the more I turn it, it's starting to loosen up a bit. They're not good pots. They're like all or nothing pots. I'm not even sure what kind of Jackson this is. I'm assuming it's some kind of dinky. Which actually I thought all Jacksons came with Jackson pickups. These have emg-hz, the passive EMG pickups. So because of the camera and my setup here kind of today, I'm just going to take this step by step, and I'll come back and try to fill you in rather than film the whole thing. If you do want a video, kind of like an instruction video, let me know in the comments, and I'll do a video showing you how to set up guitars. But there's a million out there, I'm sure you'll watch one of them. So step one, we're going to take the strings off. We are going to shine up these frets. We're going to oil the fretboard, make it nice and clean. All the frets look good. Yeah, there's no sharp edges. All nice. We're going to check the neck relief. I want to check the wiring inside and these pots definitely. And suppose once we get that far, that's about all I could do at that point. Once we get that far, I'll come back and we'll go from there. So let's take it away. Okay, we're still going here. Took a little bit because I had to chop up some blocks. I don't have any. There's a guy on YouTube, I don't want to say his name, but he's selling, there's about 5 blocks like this. They're notched. They're on Amazon and eBay. Bro, $60 plus $20 for shipping. Here, I'm in Canada, so $80 for 5 little pieces of wood like this. Come on, man. Get real. Anyway, I cut some blocks, so I got some blocks. As I was playing around with the trim, another thing is he doesn't have the right trim bar, but he says he doesn't use the trim that much anyways. This even looks bent. It looks bent. See that? You gotta have that screw on tight, but he says he doesn't use the trim really. You gotta order those. Anyways, the posts are coming out of the body. The posts that the bridge sit on. So I thought it was just a matter of screwing these in, but no, this is the whole post out of the guitar body. So we're gonna get that fixed up nice, and we'll be back in business. We got the strings off. Once I get this bridge situated here, we'll go back and we'll start cleaning it up, oiling it up. The issue, I don't know what the issue was exactly with the volume pot, but it's turning nice now. I took the knobs off, and I think it was the way the knob was sitting. I don't know. I'll clean this up and tighten everything down good. And electronics looks all original. Everything is factory soldered, nice and clean. There's no shorts. Ground and everything looks good. Oh, here's something. Oh, that's ground. Yeah, I could tighten up that. There's a little ground screw here. I could tighten that up a bit, but other than that, yeah, everything's seated nice. So we'll get it going. Oh, there's so the serial number starts with 97. I'm assuming this is a 97. I know he's had it for a long time, so this is about when I've seen him with it. 97. Maybe a little later than that. Yeah, about 97, 98 he had this. So she's an oldie. All original tuning keys and stuff too, so yeah, let's get it cleaned up, put back together. We'll fix these posts. Pray I don't have to intonate it. Looks good. And Jackson licensed Floyd Rose. Okay, back in a minute. Alright, I thought I'd bring everybody back. Just have a little chat while I'm doing the old fretboard tape up. Everybody's favorite job. Yeah, so it's been a while since I made a video. Quite a while. I have been swamped with appointments, stressed out. I've been just focusing on jiu-jitsu for a while. Trying to take it easy. I've had a couple rough weeks, that's for sure. Close call where I thought I had COVID for a little while. May have. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So, actually, I need my 1 second. To get my little scalpel tool. So yeah, the last little while has been pretty rough and crappy. I haven't played guitar probably since I posted the last video of me playing guitar. Actually, I tried to one night. Once or twice I've played since then, but not very much. Yeah. Would love to be able to do it more regular again, like I was for a while. Keeping in the swing of things. Learning some new songs. That kind of thing. You know, the fun stuff. Life always finds a way to get in the way, doesn't it? Anyways, I'm gonna keep working at this. So I'm taping the fretboard. I used a little scouring pad on some of these frets down here, and it did get them cleaner, but not as clean as I'd like. I don't have any like metal polish, and I don't use a Dremel and all that, so it's all by hand around here. Elbow grease and determination. So yeah, it wasn't coming out very well. So I'm going to tape the fretboard, and I'm going to use I got this little sanding block. It's pretty worn down. It's fine. So I'm gonna give it a light sand over top, make these look brand new, shine them up better, and yeah, then we're ready to string it up. We'll do some more cleaning. We'll oil the neck, string it up, give it a setup, and it should be good to go. Oh, the posts. I had a bit of a struggle here getting these posts seated in there. I thought I could get away with a little plumber tape to the rescue, but that didn't work because the threads, or the little notches on the posts, like, so say this is your post, they're vertical, they're not horizontal. So every time I tried to push the post into the wood, it just pushed up the plumber tape. And I had nothing. I was starting to panic, like, how am I going to fix this? I have nothing here. And luckily I did have matches. I used a matchstick. And it was a little bit too thick, so it took me a couple tries. But eventually some of the match got in there and held it in place good, so those don't come out now. They're nice and solid. You can use the whammy bar and they're not popping out. So yeah, next he's just got to get a whammy bar and he'll be set. He'll be good to go. That's gonna hold in there nice. It's gonna float nice. I was when I first started messing around with this, I thought it would need new springs also. So when I took it apart, look at these springs. They're like brand spanking new. I don't know if those were changed or what, and they were of course in that triangle position, so I straightened them out. But yeah, they look good. They're a little floppy. They're, you know, they're looser than I would like springs, but we'll see. I don't want to get too far ahead. We'll get there when we get there. So this is where I wish I had different sizes of tape. Because if you've never taped a fretboard before, trust me, you don't want to. You get to about, where are we? 3, 6. You can do like the first 6 frets here, and then the frets start narrowing, and you have to start cutting little tiny strips of the tape to eventually, like, you're cutting the tape. Cutting the tape right down the center almost for these last frets, and then you're cutting like a quarter inch strip. Pain. It's a pain. And I don't have a lot of time today either, so I'm gonna tape this up and do what I can before I have to leave. Actually, what I should just do is just keep going and then cut it all at once. This. There we go. We'll just tape it and we'll cut it as we need, and maybe we'll save time that way. So yeah, I don't have very much longer. I got about just over half an hour and I got to take off again, and then I'm going to be gone probably till a good couple hours anyways, so can't work on it if I'm not here. And then when I get home, I got more stuff to do. So I might have a little bit of time late tonight. I probably won't record anything. That's why I'm doing this now, so I can explain what I'm going to do here in the next day or so. Really tonight, all I'm going to do is get these frets nice and clean. Make sure it's all good. Clean the body, you know. Strings, I don't know, I might save that for tomorrow, because once you put them on, you're kind of committed to setting the guitar up. So I think tomorrow morning, after I get back home, it'll be all ready to go. I'll string it up and start the setup. Spend the day tomorrow setting it up. And hopefully by this time tomorrow, the setup is done. And we can either play it a little bit, or we'll have to let it sit longer and settle in. Floyd Roses are pain in the old nutsack, if you know what I'm talking about. Until they balance. Once they find what they like, they are solid. And he said he doesn't use it much, so like kind of have a Floyd Rose that you don't use. Still like to do it right. Still want to have a nice setup. Have it floating nice, have it working properly. Probably doesn't use it because it doesn't work properly right now. Okay, see, now that we're at the bottom, one strip of tape. I'm just using painter's tape so it don't screw anything up, it gets sticky. One piece of painter's tape on these bottom frets is covering like 2.5 frets. So I guess that's kind of efficient. Always seen guys on YouTube cutting strips and using different width pieces of tape and that. And I thought, why wouldn't you just tape the entire thing, cut the frets out, and save some time? See, so we got this all taped up. Now we're going to take our little knifey knife here. It's probably a pain in the balls. But if we do this like this, it'd be so much easier than screwing around with quarter pieces of tape. See, nice exposed fret here. Look at that. Ain't no reason that won't work. So we just give these a little swing like that. One across. Peel it off. Okay, let's try from this side. Yeah, he plays guitar a lot, and he's had this guitar for almost as long as I've known him. And these frets look great for wear anyways. Looks like it might have sat a while because of the corrosion on the frets, but they're not worn. There's no pits and dents and nothing. They're just ugly looking. There's a little bit oh, that's color too. Yeah, nothing's worn, so I'm assuming it's good and it won't need a fret level or anything, because I really don't want to get into that. I would like to start doing them more, but I don't trust the tools that I have now, and I've actually scratched the fretboard on one of my guitars using these tools because I'm trying to order the cheap ones and not pay a ridiculous amount of money from maybe you know where, maybe you don't. Another one, I don't want to say nothing, but probably should anyways. But we know who we're talking about if you're watching this probably, so. Mr. McDonald. It's just like that dude with the wooden blocks. $50 for a couple notched pieces of wood. Are you kidding me? $80, like by the time you order it, pay for shipping, exchange rate, $80. I'm gonna pay $80 for basically 4 or 5 tiny little pieces of wedges. No thanks. Use freaking cardboard if I had to at that point. If I was that desperate, I'd just use cardboard or something. Okay, the boring work. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more frets to go, and then we can start cleaning this off. I wish I could go all out, but again, I don't have the tools that I would like. If I could get more of these jobs than I get right now, I would start investing in some of the tools because I'd be doing it more frequently. And I don't know, I have enough guitars where I probably should start buying some of this stuff. Especially soon, I got a couple guitars that need fret work. And yeah, it's getting close to that time, so maybe Santa will bring me some for Christmas. And I can start fixing my frets on my guitars and doing a nice job instead of just rushing something and with what I got now, a fret job is impossible. You know, I could tape it up like this, use sandpaper. Actually, I have a bar to level the frets. I can get that far. I can get as far as leveling the frets, but when it comes time to recrown, my crowning files are crap. I do have some long bar ones, which would take me that's like the old way, and the way that would take me forever. And like 3, maybe 4 of my guitars need it right now, plus any that I'd be doing. I don't have that kind of time. I do not have that kind of time to crown frets with a single file. And the one I bought is total junk. It was like an eBay or an Amazon Chinese fret crowning file. For one, it's not even the right size for any of the frets I've ever tried it with. Let me show it to you right now. Hang on. Right, so I'm not sure what came with what, but this thing, so what you're supposed to do with this is you're supposed to be able to put it over your frets like that and sand away, and that's what protects your frets, and you don't have to go through all this, right? Whose frets are that big? That's not even like a vintage fret size. It's absolutely tiny. It doesn't fit over any frets I've ever used, so this is useless right off the hop. I'm not sure. I think it came with this. I don't know. I can't remember. There's the crowning file. It's supposedly it has 2 different files. They both look exactly the same. And the edge of this, and they're crooked, and the edge of this is sharp as hell. It's not made very well. You put it on the fret as like this guitar with these size frets, it could probably do. Anything that was lower or damaged a little more, nothing. It would just dig into the fretboard or the tape or whatever here. And that's actually how I scratched one of my guitars. And then I have these. So this little kit, I've never used this yet, so I can't really comment on them. They don't look great. They're all different sized and shaped files, and they're all for crowning frets. But given my experience with this, I don't want to try these. Plus, I don't have the time, like I said. Like these, they don't feel very sturdy. They feel super cheap. The end it feels more like sandpaper than a file. It basically looks like, I wish I could get this. It kind of looks like somebody just glued flakes of metal shavings to the end, and they call it a file. So you're supposed to like take this and give your frets a nice recrown. I don't have the time to do that, and I don't trust these, and I don't want to get into it with a file and then it not work, and I'm kind of stuck, and I've gone that far already. So I would rather just wait, spend save some money, and buy one of those good files to just crown my frets. I'll have to see what I need, what I use the most. Probably like medium jumbo, maybe a vintage, maybe a jumbo. But see, and those are like $80 a piece too, and there's 3 I just named right there. So you can see why I don't have one yet. Okay, where are we at? So yeah, if you do a job like this, you're working on your own, sometimes it would benefit you to just buy the proper tools. But if you only do it occasionally, or you don't know what you're doing really, you of course would take it into a shop or someone to do. But have you ever paid somebody for a fret job? First of all, it's expensive. So much so that it makes the price of the file look real nice every time. I consider taking my guitar in for a fret job, and I'm like, well, for half of that I could buy a file and just do it myself and never have to pay this price again. Plus I know the work will be guaranteed because I would do it properly. I would do it right. I would take my time. I could trust myself. Oh, there we go. We're done. That's the key right there. Take your time and do it right. Okay, we've got a little bit of time, so what I'm gonna do is right now we're just gonna give this a good once over here. See. Oh yeah. Woo! I wish you could see this, boys and girls. Well, I guess while I'm doing this, I wanted to explain something. I don't know how many people are actually going to watch this video, and I wish I could explain it to my whole channel, which I probably will one day, but I have a Patreon page, and I don't know how to use it. It seems like it's a whole other thing in itself, kind of like YouTube and that, but I don't want to use it like that. The reason I set it up was because, in case you don't know, I'm not monetized on YouTube, and I'm still like a small new channel. Oh man, what a difference. I'm still a small channel. At this point, I have 25 subscribers. I've lost a couple over the last couple weeks because I haven't put any videos up. Apparently people don't like that. So, yeah, what I want to do with my Patreon page is just have it for donations. And I'm not even sure how I have to set it up for that. I did plan on like having extra stuff on there, special things and that, but I don't have the time, and right now I don't have the patience also. So if you like what you see, or you learn anything, or you just feel generous, check out my Patreon page. And just nothing special. I don't know if you can or not because I don't use it like that. So just donate that way. Send a few bucks over. Whatever. Right? I'm not in a place yet where I can like do this kind of thing all the time, because I have been really busy lately. But I'm still working on it. You know, so eventually, yeah, you will be able to see a lot more videos. You'll be able to see new stuff all more frequent. But at the same time, you know, I'm not being monetized on YouTube, so I'm making nothing. I have nothing in the way of views and that, so I can't get ahead. I can't get better equipment, which is a little discouraging and costs you viewers because you don't have the greatest content, because you're limited, or you know, it doesn't look as good as the other guys, so you're not instantly thrilled about clicking on a video, which means no views, which means you can't get monetized, and even if you were, you're still not making money. So anyways, yes, that was a long way of saying my Patreon page is set up because I was just, you know, thinking ahead. But all I'm really probably going to do with it is just have it available. So if people wanted to see something or help out, you know, so I can like buy gear. I'm obviously not sponsored or nothing like that. You know, everything I do is, like for example, this is a friend's guitar I'm working on, so I have something to show you. You know, different guitars. I haven't showed all my guitars yet, because like I said, the only reason I haven't got that far is time. Eventually I'll be going through my guitars. I'll be doing more work on them as I have to. I can show you, you know, demos of those guitars and amps. Basically making do with what I got. I was able to upgrade some of my gear. Like I got a microphone and a new interface, which was part of why I wanted a Patreon, to work towards that. I ended up just buying it on my own, of course. You know, nothing set up yet, and that's helped like my sound quality. The goal now is for a video camera. It'll allow me to have better looking videos, to be able to record something a lot quicker, including just music clips, because I'm looking at a Zoom Q8. That's what I'd like to have. And right now they're about $550 Canadian. I don't have anything like that. So, maybe if you want to be my Santa Claus, want to be Secret Santa, would be greatly appreciative. Yeah, I'm trying to work towards a Zoom Q8, and it gives you the option of plugging in one or two XLR mics. So it's like an interface and your video software and computer all in one. So I don't have to record with my webcam. I'm just using my built-in webcam on my laptop for all these videos. And then when I do sound clips and like music, I run my interface into my computer, and I have Reaper recording the mic track, or even a DI, and I have my video software recording the video, and then I have to use a third software to go in and start syncing everything up. And then once I get them synced up, I start editing from there. So it takes me quite a while to put certain videos out. Where if I had a camera like the Zoom Q8, it's pretty much all in one. It's a matter of switching a couple cables. It eliminates one of the steps. You know, it makes life simpler. So I really like one of those. So yeah, I think I have that's one of my like goals or whatever on Patreon. I haven't spent too much time on it. I set up the account, kind of looked around, and then I lose patience or I get too busy and I have to focus on other things. Oh, what a difference, man. Woo! I wish you could see this. What a difference. If I could only polish them, it would be spectacular. But they're just like brand new. They're just like brand new. Yeah, you don't want to do this with too rough of sandpaper, because you're going to wear a lot of fret away. You're going to get a lot of scratches in your frets, and that's pretty fine and worn out. So there's no scratching or nothing. It looks nice and polished. Well, not polished, but it looks nice and clean and new. It looks like you'd get a lower end guitar from a shop. Or out of the box, I mean. It's kind of, you know, it's nice, but it's not, you know, custom shop spectacular quality nice. Yeah. There we go. With time to spare. Not much though. Okay, so I'm going to pull this tape off. I'm going to oil the fretboard. And I'm going to give the whole guitar a nice wipe down, clean it up. And then get on with my day. Tomorrow morning we'll come back and we'll start with the strings and the setup. And I'll bring you along for that. So I'll see you late morning tomorrow. For me it'll be quite a while. For you it'll be a snap of the fingers. And we are good. Another little trick, in case you don't know, you can put right down the side of this fretboard here, I put a strip of tape long ways like this, and then I wrapped the frets so I can come back here when it's time to take them off, start at one end. As I pull this up, it takes all the tape on the frets with it. Nice and quick. You do it on both sides, it works better, but I wanted to save tape, and I thought I could get away with it. So yeah, see what I mean here? You got the one that goes across. Yeah, wow. Oh man, see, with a better camera, I'd be able to. First of all, I'd be able to pick you up and move you around and be able to show you up close, and it'd be much better quality. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now. But you'll have to take my word for it. This looks amazing. Amazing. Let's see. That's not gonna help. Trust me, it's 100,000% better than it was. And make sure we get all the tape off. Okay. I'm gonna oil the neck, clean it up, and see you tomorrow morning. Okay, I'm back, and it's not the next morning. It's been a couple days, and this is like the fourth time I've tried to record this clip now. The trem system has been moving all over the place, and every time I think it's stable, it starts jumping again. So started from scratch, redid it again, and now we're holding good. So a couple things. I said I fixed the bridge posts. The pickup rings are slanted, and they're both slanted towards the back. So I don't know if you'll be able to see. Yeah, you see that? See that? So even if you are using the trem when you're pulling up, even when I raise the strings to a playable, decent height, they would still either touch the pickups or they touch, especially this low E touches the bolt here for the intonation. So it is what it is. He said he doesn't use the trem anyways. I'd prefer to just block it off, but going through a middleman and stuff, so I'm not sure what exactly to do. So he said floating, so I left it floating, didn't block it off. I got it stable. Yeah, so in the near future, I would change these pickup rings for flat rings. The tone pot it's super scratchy, and it only it would jump on and cut out at the very end, the extremes. And I got it where it's functioning, but it is touchy, and I'll try and mess with that a little bit. It's touchy. Definitely will need a new tone pot. Pickup rings needs a trem arm, and other than that, she's good. So that's everything. Ready to go. Bought a 97. I think it's 97. The serial number starts with 9707. And yeah, we got emg-hz pickups. They're the passive EMGs. We'll try it out. Play, just hear a couple sounds with it and send it off. I'm gonna go direct USB with my Boss Katana.